Hey, good afternoon. So just a couple things real quick. I am going to probably be taking some time away from YouTube. I'm gonna be honest, you guys. I feel like this doom and gloom, I'm kind of sick of it. I really am. I don't need to have all the details. I don't want all the details. I think I've gotten enough confirmation that I know that bad things are about to happen really soon. And I feel okay, but I also feel kind of frozen in time. And I don't like this. I told God last night that low key, I want my life back. But not in the way that I want to forsake all that I've learned through this experience, but in the way that I can be present with people and not think about how they're probably going to die without Jesus. Like, that's what I think constantly. It's not making me depressed, but I'm also unable to fully enjoy anything. I can't enjoy anything. I have no appetite today. Last night when I went to bed, I was definitely I've just had a lot of spiritual warfare, you guys, like more than usual. I mean, in the last week, there have been some major attacks against one of my kids that have involved like a lot of other adults, and my kid did nothing wrong, and everyone knows that, but it was just a bunch of things that happened that got a lot of people involved to deal with those things. And these crazy things happening in the night. Last night I was trying to go to sleep and I kept getting like woken up. I know it was like a demonic attack, even though it came through differently than like what I would typically call a demonic attack. Like, for me, a legitimate demonic attack is when I'm actually dreaming of demons, because that's very scary. But last night it was more like a suffocating, heavy fear. And I kept getting these, and I wasn't sleeping yet. I was getting these like flash images of like a red planet, like I was in space or something, but it was taking my breath away. I felt suffocated by the weight of like whatever I was seeing. And it happened 3 times in a very short window, to the point where I was like, this is actually getting ridiculous. Like, I know God would not be showing me something that's making me unable to breathe. Like, I felt like I don't know. I really don't have the words for what it was, but it was not good. And I prayed through it and ended up going to sleep. I don't know what the significance is of what all 3 of them had to do with space and a red planet. I don't know anything about red planets. I know Mars is red, but I don't know anything about Mars. I really don't even know anything about space, if I'm honest with you guys. I didn't even know Orion's belt was actually the belt of somebody named Orion in the sky until like October. Like, that's how little I know of the sky and the stars. I do know that last night the planets looked amazing. They're like in this like perfect circle. It was really pretty. But I did have, I woke up several times through the night and wrote some things down. But what was actually the most surprising is what I had written down that I didn't remember writing down. And at 1:16 in the morning, I wrote, "Hear him!" ! Hear God. That's what I wrote. Hebrew for 1:16 means, then at that time. It serves to indicate a sequence of events, often translated as then or at that time, marking a transition or a consequential action in the narrative. Greek for 1:16 is Athens, capital of Greece. So I thought that was weird that I would have the word Greece. But then I woke up and saw all the earthquake swarms hitting Santorini, and lots of people are scared. 200 undersea earthquakes. I don't remember what I saw. Like, I looked at it and saw the number, and I was like, unfreaking believable. And I'm like, you know what, Lord, I was going to wake up and see the earthquakes. Like, you don't have to tell me about this stuff anymore. I'm good. I think I'm good. I don't want to know anymore. I know enough to stay on task for what he wants me to do for this time in this phase in my life. But I really could just stop hearing about I want the urgency to go away. Because, you know, it does feel urgent, and I don't think that it's going to do any good if I share every single depressing thing that the Lord wakes me up with. Like, how much more confirmation can we get? Everyone's bleeding at the eyeballs to get confirmation on what they feel is happening, while we all sit around and talk about how nobody's listening to us, and people think we're crazy, and we know we're not crazy. And, you know, it's pushing friends and family members away because we so desperately want them to know what we know. And we also know that nothing we say can make them hear us. Only the Holy Spirit can do that. I'm just beginning to wonder, like, how much more can be said? How much more can I say on this channel? You know, because if this is looking like I think it is looking, I kind of want to just enjoy my life and, like, not talk about this ever again. I'm just saying what I feel like. I'm being honest. This is what I feel like. I feel like I want to blow up the internet and go back to being upset over dumb things like, I don't know, there being no eggs at the store, and my kids not doing their school, and me forgetting to buy an ingredient for dinner. Like, all this kind of stuff just is so insignificant now, which has brought a great perspective shift to how I look at inconvenience in my life. I'm definitely more kingdom-minded, and I share the gospel with everybody, every opportunity I have. But at the same time, you know, the Lord is constantly reminding me that what he has told me and shared with me is really heavy. And not only is it heavy, but he's put a very strong sense of urgency in my spirit about it all. And it's something that I can't seem to properly communicate to people without offending people. Or, I don't know if offending is the wrong word. I'm in some groups with some women who are like-minded and very nice, loving women, but I come off as very aggressive to them and prideful. I think they think my channel's prideful too. At least I know one of them does, which is okay. I know that the Lord is trying to teach me something in this. It's hard because my heart does not feel prideful. I don't feel like I'm being prideful. And I guess maybe that is the root of pride, is you don't believe you're being prideful. And I'm not fishing for people to tell me I'm not being prideful, by the way. That's not the purpose of this. I'm just voicing my vulnerabilities in this moment. Somebody's wife or fiance emailed me this week because her fiance was emailing me about this, you know, being in this space that we're in. And I know the enemy is attacking their relationship. Like, there was no inappropriate conversations. My husband knows every male person that I talk to, and he's very supportive in this ministry that I've been embarking on. But I know that I'm in a spot right now where the enemy is taking a good thing and using it against me and other people. And not just me. I know it's happening to a lot of people everywhere. And honestly, I'm feeling very encouraged right now, sitting here just talking about this. My husband was with me on the phone earlier, and I was like sobbing my eyeballs out. I'm very grateful for his support. But at the same time, I know that I get on these like cyclic, it's like I'll be fine for like 3 weeks, and then I have a week of just like, welp, it's the beginning of the end. And I think because I really need to get past Sunday. If we can just get past Sunday and everything be fine, I think I can just rest easy again and go back to normal. But I really feel uneasy about this weekend with the Super Bowl. And, you know, the truth is I trust God. I know he loves me and my family and my kids and all those things. And he loves all of you guys. And we can trust everything that he does. But when you know what's about to happen, whether it be as soon as we think or even within the next year, like regardless of the timeline, it's hard to, I don't know, it's just hard to enjoy stupid things. I want to be able to enjoy the stupid things, the stupid worldly things, so I can, like, not be annoying. It's hard to relate to my teenagers right now because, you know, they're obviously teenagers. They're not where I'm at in this space, and I wouldn't want them to be. This would be horrific to be a teenager and be in this space. But I don't want to be right, and I know that I am. And I'm dreading the moment they realize that I've been right this whole time. And I forgive them for being annoyed with me, even though that's never been my intention, to be annoying to anybody or to be overbearing. Because I know when it all boils down to whatever happens when it happens, that every single person who thought I was a kook face is going to say, oh my gosh, what did she say again? I don't want to be right. I don't want to be. So, with that being said, I'm just going to let the Holy Spirit decide when and if I come to post here. Somebody reached out the other day, I think yesterday, I don't remember, my days are all blowing together, about starting a fast Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, which reminds me I was supposed to be fasting on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, but I completely forgot because I was so tired. So if anybody wants to join me, and I'm sorry, whoever this was that suggested this, I already know my sister is going to be fasting on Thursday, and I have another friend who'll be fasting for a couple days. But you're welcome to join us. I don't even know what to pray for, if I'm honest. Like, I feel like everybody's decided what they want to believe right now, and maybe praying for peace will be the most important thing. Praying for those of us in this space to have peace, and just to be able to not think about whatever we think might be happening. Because, and the thing is, it sounds like I'm being fearful or worried, and I'm not fearful and I'm not worried. It's like when you're waiting for a big event, except you don't know what the date is going to be, and it's not a good event. That's all it feels like. I'm not scared. I'm not afraid. I have this, it's like when you're in line to get on the scariest roller coaster on the planet. You know you're going to be, actually that's a terrible example, because at least a roller coaster is fun. I don't know a good example, but it's that feeling when you're about to do something scary and you know you're going to be okay. But that in-between period is where I feel like this in-between period of I'm fine, but I'm also not fine, but I'm also really great, and I'm also really sad. But not depressed. I'm not depressed. I'm still very joyful. It's just I see everybody just going about their lives, going to Burger King, getting their French fries, and going to the market to get their steaks for dinner, and all the regular things we got to keep doing while we wait for the unknown. And I don't think that God wants me to feel like this, or any of us, honestly. So I think what I'm going to do is just ask God to stop talking to me about this stuff for a minute. And that's not a mean thing, because God is God and he will do what he wants to do. And he knows that I will obey whatever he tells me to do. But I also know that he created me, and he knows that my brain needs a rest. I could use a rest. I could use a rest from the doom and gloom, Lord. So, anyways, I will be back. I just don't know when. Maybe God will give me this like revelation where it's like, surprise, false alarm. I gave you guys another 85 years. You get to die as an old lady. And nothing's gonna happen. And it's funny too, because like, you think about the dumbest stuff now, don't you? Like, I think about all the pets, all people's pets, people who take medications. Dude, you think people on pain meds are gonna be able to get pain meds when like crazy things happen and like famines and shortages and all the stuff we know is coming? Like, there's gonna be dude, we're gonna have to eat like powdered meals and crap. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm not looking forward to eating a starving diet. And I know that's so stupid. Like, I'm being a little dramatic right now. I get that, but it's weird. You know what it does actually? It's like a sneak peek into the life of someone who is dying. Except you're not actually dying. We're like on our way to live. But I couldn't imagine that doom and gloom. I have a couple friends who have terminal cancer, and they are, I don't talk to one of them very much. It's my sister's best friend. But I have seen her seasons of okay and not okay, and making the most of every opportunity and being brave and present and all those things. And my other friend, she's been struggling. There's just been a lot of other hard things in her life, and now I'm thinking about all the people who have other actual real problems, and I have no real problems right now, and now I sound like a really big brat. I'm just talking today because I have feelings that need to be voiced, not for any other reason except to let some of you guys know that I am not a superhuman, and I'm not always brave, and I'm not always what I appear on the internet. I'm a regular person with regular moods and feelings, and I'm not always leveled 10 encouraged in the Lord. But God has been good, and he's brought amazing people into my life, people who are in the same exact space as me that I can talk to whenever I want. I have a lot of encouragement. I have so much good happening in the middle of the weight of trying to bear whatever this is. I just want to I want to be at peace again, in the sense that I come home from work and I think about, can't wait till I go to the beach and find some more shells and shark's teeth. And then I'm like, hopefully I'm here to do that in the summer. Like, hopefully we still have a beach, you know? I mean, I'm just kidding. That's a bit dramatic. But you know what I'm saying? Like, when catastrophic things happen, people's lives change. And we don't know what that looks like, because we've only seen it in movies. And we know America is the one that's going to be like the beaten down country. We've never been the beaten down country before. Not in our lifetime. Not that I ever know of at all. And it's going to be humbling for everybody. I think the Lord is going to bring us all to an amazing place. But getting there is going to be probably the worst thing anyone's ever gone through. But we just have to remember that everything that happens is because he loves us, and that it's giving us opportunities to share his truth and his love. And we have to remember that it's okay that we don't disagree, or that we don't agree with our brothers and sisters. There's going to be people with different beliefs and denominations and all the things, different beliefs about raptures and, you know, end times events. Are we even in the end times? Like, everybody's in a different space. And I didn't realize how hard this task was going to be from the Lord to wake up people. Like, I'm wondering if that was like I don't even know if it's actually made a difference with anything or anyone. Because I think first of all, everybody who's on this channel and in this space, God woke them up. God woke up those of us who are in this space. I don't know, I have not heard one testimony of one person who said, somebody said something to me and I snapped out of it and realized Jesus was coming back. Every single testimony I've heard has been, I had a dream, this happened, and I thought about this, or God snapped me out of this. Like, just random, only God could have done it. And it kind of feels like we've been spinning our wheels. Just like, I mean, does anybody have a testimony that they shared good words and something good happened because of it? Like, as far as people coming to the Lord or getting right with the Lord. I can only hope that the time spent on this channel has led to ears hearing something, you know, because there's no way none of this is in vain. There's no way that God called me to sacrifice my time and my sanity and my brain power to speak on the internet to people I don't know for nothing. I mean, I know I've made a lot of good friends, but I didn't need friends. No offense to you guys. No offense. You guys are great, but I wasn't looking for friends. I liked my friends. I've lost all my friends now, which is fine. I'm okay with that too. Anyways, I'm okay. I'm tired. And I want to think about nothing but stupid things today. And so I just want to give everybody else permission to let go and think about stupid things too. It's a weird place to be in. But yeah, so fasting Thursday, Friday, Saturday. To those of you who are bold enough to make it that far, I have yet to make it a third day. I think I've come close to, I think I fell 6 hours short of 3 days. And I just don't know if I can do that because of, see, and I'm not making excuses here, but literally, you guys, I need food for energy because I'm tired. It's not that I don't want to starve. It's just that I want to not fall asleep. I'm not any good to anybody if I'm spending all of my spare time coming home and napping and sleeping my weekends away, which is what I did all weekend, and I hated it. I hated that I didn't see my family at all, and I slept the whole time. In fact, I'm almost to the point where, like, I don't want to meet with anybody to do any ministry. I don't want to pray with anybody. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm not saying I don't want to do the Lord's work. I'm just saying that I need a time out from all of this because God doesn't need me to do anything. It is my privilege to work alongside him, but it is not my responsibility to have to be the person who does these things. And that's what I hear the Lord speaking to me right now. That he's not dependent upon me to get whatever his will is done. There's going to be somebody else. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a good day. I almost said have a good weekend, and it's only Tuesday. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good week. I think what I'm gonna do for a little bit is just post on my community portion, because I think I can be more mentally like engaged there than doing this, because lots of people are lots of family members tell me that I'm a little rambling over here. So yeah, I did this for you, by the way, Dad, taking my time to end this video to annoy you. All right, talk to y'all later.